What is up, guys? Proface here. Today we are back with another video and we will be showcasing the plugin Elite Loot Boxes. So as you know, I've worked together with Splotchbox in the past on Elite Armor. If you haven't watched that video, be sure to go check it out. It's a really cool plugin. I like it a lot. But Elite Loot Boxes is a plugin that is very different than Elite Armor. Just keep that in mind. Elite Loot Boxes is basically a loot box plugin for your server to give your players randomized rewards in the form of a similar to a crate, but yeah, it's a loot box, just like you see in popular games like Overwatch and games of that nature. So we're gonna be showcasing it today, and I just want to show you guys how cool the plugin is. I like it a lot. It looks really cool, and it's pretty nice. So I've configured it a little bit. I will show you guys my configuration because it's nothing crazy. I really duplicated a lot of the same loot boxes, so they have the same rewards. With the exception of the crate before it. I gave you the loot box before the one you're using, and you can also, I should have done the one after. That makes more sense. I might have did that backwards in post-production, but nonetheless, so you can look at this. So if we do L rewards, you'll see we can look at the rewards for a specific crate. So let's look at tier 1. We've got the ender pearls, and you can set a chance. I'll show you guys how to set all that up, but first I want to showcase the plugin itself, and then I'll go through the back end of how to actually use it. So you can open the rewards just by simply running the command I ran, and these are all the items I've added to it. So as you can see, everything's running fairly smoothly. Just to show off, the server is running just fine. This is not going to affect it at all. It's a very lightweight plugin. So let's go ahead and give my username tier 1. So it gave me the crate, and there are 6 different animations you're able to choose from when you're configuring this plugin. So I've chosen each tier as their own animations. There are 6, so there are 6 tiers where we'll go through each animation that's given. I might have misconfigured one, and if so, it'll be fixed by the time the video is fully produced, but just letting you guys know there may be an error in the middle of this video, and I'll have to go ahead and fix it. So to go ahead and showcase tier 1, tier 1 will run, it'll give you a slide, it'll count down right here, and it'll loop through 3 of the different items. So I got the slapper, and ender pearls, and the Ares helmet. So yeah, it works just like you'd expect it. We'll go ahead and give ourselves one more tier 1 and run through it real quick to see if we get different rewards. So as you can see, this time I got the slapper, the Ares chestplate, and the Ares boots. So I did get different rewards that time, and yeah, that's pretty much it for that. That always gives through rewards, I believe, but I may be wrong. Tier 2, fairly similar. It loops through all the rewards you have set. So it's going to loop through all of them, and then it gives you mystery items. So I get to choose 5 with this one. So I got the slapper, I got a tier 1 crate, I got ender pearls, I got the Ares helmet, and I got 16 diamond blocks. So that's looping through with the tier 2. So that's the tier 2 crate, and that was the second animation. Here's tier 3. Very simply, loops through, does a little slide, and it'll do your one reward will be right here. So my reward's going to be the god. Oh, no, it's going to be tier 2. I got a tier 2 crate, so my reward was a tier 2 crate, and even with rewards through the rewards, they'll still be used just as normal, so you can put in banknotes and any other things that are used through other plugins, and you actually have to do it. You can't close this. I was trying to close it so I didn't have to. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go through tier 4. Tier 4 just adds the item. So this is where I believe I misconfigured. Between tier 4 and tier 5, they both just add the item, so give me just a moment to go check. So I did a little bit of digging, and I'm not too sure whether 4 and 5 are the same animation. It seems like they are. I may be mistaken. There may be something going on that I'm not seeing. Oh, yeah, I figured out what was different. It took me this long. I literally went and looked around for about 20 minutes, and it was that simple. It throws it out in front of you. That's actually super nice. I like that. I didn't see that before. Did I completely miss that before? Oh, it's been a long day. Okay, so then finally, the last tier we have is tier 6, and this is probably my favorite animation. This is animation 6. I'm going to show it once in a normal view, and then I want to go into third person just to show you guys how awesome this looks. So it'll fly away, it'll strike lightning, and then it will give you the items. And just to showcase so you guys know that it's not gonna kill your player when it strikes lightning, because I'm sure that would be a fear in someone's heart like mine. It does not. Spawns the item, shows the name. It's very nice. I like it a lot. So yeah, like an F5 mode, flies up, strikes down. One more time in cinematic mode because I like this so much. Boom, gave me the slapper again. So yeah, that's how 6 works, and yeah, I actually like this plugin quite a bit. As you can tell by the front end, it's very nice. The commands are really nice too. I have a list to read off for you. Okay guys, so we're back, and I've got a list of the commands here, so we can look for the rewards for each crate, which for now we're just going to list the same rewards you can think. You can remove a reward by shift right clicking. If I shift left click, it won't work. If I just left click, it won't work. It has to be a shift right click. So that'll remove the item, and then if I go back in, it won't be in here. It's completely removed, even from the YML. There's L animations, which this will let you choose which animation you'd like to use, the duration, etc. So these will show you what exactly it does. I like these a lot. It looks really cool. We've got the add reward, and this is how you actually add rewards to a physical crate. So let's go into game mode 1, and I want to give them 32 TNT, and I think this should be in the tier 6 crate. So I can L add reward in the crate, so it's going to be tier 6, and then the percentage I want it to be at. So I want to say I want this to have a 50% get rate. So now if I give myself a tier 6, and I run it, I have a chance of getting a TNT. I don't know if I ever will, but I have a chance. So I got the TNT. So as you can see, you can edit items in game, and then if you look back through the rewards, it'll also be right there. So it has a 50% chance. The chances, I'm not sure exactly how they equal out, as I don't believe they equal through 100. I think it just equals through the entire chance loop. Highest chances, you know, they go around it. So it'll add up. Instead of just being 100% chance, it's looped through the chance amount that's added. So like the total chance, and then, you know, if you know math, I'm not good at math, I'm sorry. So another one we have is set reward. So I'm really sorry, I was incorrect about the purpose of that one. It is actually to set the reward in the animation, so I believe if I set this into tier 1, if I'm not mistaken, then there will be diamonds in the tier 1. I'm not 100% sure right now, and Splodge himself is asleep. Oh, so you get to set the reward in a certain slot, and it gives you that reward. I think it's a mandatory reward that you'll automatically get. So I think this reward will always be given to you. Yeah, it seems like it. So you'll get whatever rewards you already get, and then you'll get the rewards that are offered. So the last command we have is LAdmin. This will let you look through all the crates. It'll give them to you if you click it. I could have used this whole time and didn't realize it. So you can use it, open it, I'm going to get those diamonds like we put in earlier. And you can change this timer, of course, all in the config. I'll show that off as well in just a minute. So if I go into LAdmin, like I said, you can look over the crates, you can get them. That's pretty much all this is for. I like that a lot though, because it's nice to have something to give you crates, and you know, all the crates are made by you. You can change their name, their lore. But alright, so now we'll be right back as we go into the configuration. Hey guys, so now we're onto my desktop. Here's where we're going to showcase the actual plugin page itself. So as you can see, he's a nice little page right here, and he always goes super in depth with his threads. He has very nice artwork done for all of them. He works very hard on these plugins, guys. So he gives you little, I'm not going to argue how to say it, GIFs is how I'm going to say it to be safe. He has little GIFs showing off all the different features, everything you can see. And then usually if I make a video on one of his plugins, which I most likely will, me and him are very close friends, and a lot of his plugins are so awesome that they really deserve a video showcasing them. So I do enjoy making these showcases. I do really like working with Splodgebox. He's a very good developer, and I vouch for him 100%. So he has a nice little thread design. My video will usually be in the showcase right here, so it'll be in this little section. So I'm now going to show off the configuration of the actual plugin itself, and yeah, that's about as far as we're going to go. So we are going to regenerate the actual YML for the loot box, because I added quite a few rewards, and that had caused a fair few issues, we can say it that way. It made the file too large for Pterodactyl to be able to showcase, so I'm going to make it to where I can use it in Pterodactyl's editor, because it makes it a million times easier. So in here, this plugin only supports in-game items and not commands. What this means is that he actually made a method for adding the items into the rewards list, but not making it so much so that you'll have to have a huge YML with 3 million lines to showcase the enchantments, the names, all of that. He's had them, I don't know exactly what you would call it. I'm not the best at this kind of thing, but he had the items actually created into, I would call them strings. They're just very, very concise strings so that the plugin understands what it is. So you get the name of the loot box. So in this case, I would call this tier 1. So better to be lowercase, this is just the convention. The material you'd like it to be. So in this case with tier 6, I had made it a piece of bedrock, but you can use any type of, any material name in Minecraft. So a little tip, which I'm going to pull up the actual launcher and run it real quick so you guys can see how I find all the different material names. I either look on the official Minecraft wiki, which you can find most of their names there, or on the Spigot Javadocs, or if you just logged right onto a server like I usually do with my test servers. If you log onto a server and you click F3 and H at the same time, which I'm going to do twice, it'll open up this little menu which shows the actual name of the item. So as you can see, these are called Minecraft:stone. So the name of the item is actually stone, planks, this would be called glass, this would be iron_ore. So these are usually how you'd find the name of an item. This is the name of the item considered by code. And there is also the material Javadoc, which if you look here, this will get you the name of all materials as seen by plugins, this is probably the more acceptable way to do it. This is where you're going to find any items that you can't find usually. So that's how you'd find that there. So you can set any item you want. It would have to be version specific. You can't put anything on 1.14 on a 1.8 server, of course. So for this, we're just going to say glass. So here we get to name the crate itself, so this will be the name of the item in their hand. So you can go pretty far with this. I don't know of any limits of Minecraft item names, but if there are any, that's going to be set as usual. So let's just go ahead and set it to and6 test crate. Sure. So you can make it glow or not glow, which basically means you can give it the enchanted effect or not. So if you want it to be enchanted, you can give it this. If not, you don't have to. This is just a simple lore. This is going to be displayed at the bottom of the item. So if I go in here, I can give it a lore, so I can say and6, this is a test crate, and then I'll make one more line. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That was definitely not a promo. This is 100% just for the test. So you can make it to where the player can or cannot preview the rewards. That of course is left to you. If you want them to be able to see what they have a chance of winning, then do that. If not, do as you'd like. So he does have a command which I forgot to showcase, which I'll show now. It's called /L animations, and this will showcase which animations you have. So you can pick any of these. He'll add more, of course. They all come. This is really just a different list of rewards. So this will show you which ones happen when. My favorite is the floating, of course, but some of these aren't instant, so it depends on the duration. So in here, you can configure the type of animation 1 through 6. You can change the sound that happens when the actual animation starts and the sound that happens when the player receives the prize. Here's how you add the rewards, and this is where it says it only supports in-game. So let's go ahead and save it. We're going to reload the server. So if we go in here now, if we refresh, everything should be exactly the same like we have it, test crate. If we go in here, L, and click here, test crate, this is a test crate, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. So as you can see, we configured it completely in there, and this is also configurable, which I'll show you in just a moment. So let's go ahead and just add a reward just to showcase what I was talking about earlier. So ID sword 1 name : the troll facer 7/proface. Okay, so I chose a very long name just for this instance because I wanted you guys to see it, and if I get out of F3H, you'll see this is what you'd usually see. So we'll go ahead and L, add reward. I believe I called this test crate? No, it's tier 1. So whenever you're adding a reward, it's going to be whatever you named it right here. Tier 1, and then the percentage I want it to be. So I'm just going to say this is 50%. I'm say this is 50%. So this is what I want to show you guys is that you have to do this in game. This cannot be done in the YML. You have to make all rewards in game, which I see as a more understandable way because in game you can have other plugins that create custom lores, custom items, and it just makes everything a lot simpler. So then the rewards will be saved in a hash or a string of code, which is basically only able to be read by the plugin itself. So that's how you create a loot box. So if we go ahead and go into L rewards now, as we showcased earlier, for tier 1, then you'll see that we've got the sword and the stone. And if I remove the stone and refresh, you'll see now I've just got reward 0. So this is our sword.
So I just wanted to close this video up by saying thank you guys so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked this plugin showcase, then be sure to check out the plugin in the description. All URLs are down there, and I have left the author's URL in there as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I just want to say thank you one more time, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Peace.